Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2 where we see Empire taking on EvoPlay in the quarterfinals of the EMS 1 Fall 2013 Cup, and it is Cup number 1. I am not by myself, I'm joined once again by Vickermont. Vickermont, welcome back. I think you've muted yourself.
Yeah, I was muted. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. I had a productive break.
Yeah?
Yep.
Got all the VODs and stuff done.
I got all the VODs and stuff done. I'm all set for sleep. Well, after making the VOD of this one, of course. And, oh, and I have to play a bit with the cat as well, because otherwise he'll feel neglected and he's gonna keep me up.
Oh, right.
But
they can get a little bratty.
I think we're gonna have a good game on our hands. I mean, we saw Evo just now.
Yeah.
They look pretty strong.
They looked, yeah, pretty good.
Pretty aggressive as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw a bit of Empire versus KP, as I think many people did. And that one definitely was an aggressive game. Not from Empire's point of view, I guess, because they didn't win. But still, I think that Empire definitely is a fairly aggressive team to begin with. So I'm hoping here for a good game.
Yeah, I definitely think it could be. This is, of course, part of Empire's new roster. Actually, for all we know, it might be their whole new roster, because I think this Frequency guy is a Smurf account, so it could actually be whoever their 5th player is, and we just don't know. Unless I'm really wrong. Am I wrong about this guy? Do you know who this is?
No, I don't know who this is. I do know that tomorrow is the official day where they said they would release their 5th player.
Right. So this could be all 5 players. We don't know. I'm pretty sure this is a Smurf account. It has all of 11 wins and like 4 friends. So I doubt that they recruited an 11-win player.
That would be kind of awkward, for sure.
Dota public chat, like open bracket H professional team W player.
Looking for a player for EMS Cup tonight.
For team matchmaking. But it is 4 of the 5 players at least. It's Scandal, Silent, Vanscore, who's ex-Roxkiss, excellent Rubik player, although he won't be getting to play Rubik this game. And Mag, who was one of the players of IC Cup, and before that, Darer at TI2. So, pretty strong roster, honestly, and I'm interested in whether this Frequency character is actually their 5th or whether it's just somebody else.
The one thing I'm curious about for their lineup is that we don't really see Scandal drafting that often. Normally, like, so far, I have not seen him in a captain role.
Right, who is it usually?
Scandal was under Goblak for a while, and then he was...
Well, yeah, it was Goblak, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, the Empire after Goblak was not really ever insanely strong, so they never really got their feet off the ground, so to speak. And I think Scandal was the drafter for them at that point. Until now, at least. Still until now. But let's see what they do, how they do. We have got, of course, Darkseer for Mag, which is one of his signature heroes already there. Jakiro, Gyrocopter. Very strong combination with all 3 heroes here. You have your Vacuum inside the Ice Path, inside the Microfire, inside the Caldown. Like, you got yourself a good team fight sorted. Evo, having a solid... hello Anti-Mage. Having a solid support duo with the Rubik and the Nyx Assassin. Solid offlaner as well, the Nature's Prophet. And I think they're gonna go late game, because Nature's Prophet Anti-Mage kind of says, you know... Split push and late game, and well, actually not that late game. I think to 30 minutes should be okay for them if they get decent lanes, which is of course all dependent on the Nyx Assassin and the Rubik, and the mid laner, which is not yet picked up.
Prophet AM, if they get space, are just really able to split push so effectively and makes it so difficult to actually stop. To be fair, Empire have a pretty excellent counter-pushing lineup. Like, Gyrocopter can clear waves pretty well with Flat Cannon. Darkseer, Jakiro also perfectly competent in clearing waves. The issue will be if Anti-Mage gets very good farm, he gets that Manta style up, those illusions aren't as easy for heroes like Jakiro to actually dispose of. At that point, you're sending your Gyrocopter back a lot to deal with it. But I like Empire's lineup too. It's got the Darkseer, Jakiro core combo available, but even if that doesn't land 100% perfectly, they're not out of it, right? Because they do have this Gyrocopter who can definitely win games all by himself with the power of the Flat Cannon.
Yeah, and I'm expecting also Empire to go for a fairly aggressive mid-hero to be turning into also a bit of a semi-core, because just Gyrocopter is of course not enough.
I agree.
And we'll see who they go for that one. And of course Shadow Demon, not only good with Jakiro's Ice Path, but also great against the Anti-Mage in the early game, so there is a slight chance we're going to see an aggressive tri lane.
He's SD, the ability to generate illusions of the Anti-Mage to fight even the illusions of the anti-mage is pretty good. And I think Evo agree with you, the EvoPlay. They think that Empire wants a very aggressive mid, so they banned 4 aggressive mids in their 5 bans. The thing is, there's still a bunch available. Didn't Scandal used to play TA all the time?
Yeah, one of his signature heroes for sure. First pick, however, does go to Evo, so perhaps they have that in store for themselves.
Think they're gonna steal the TA? Yeah, they could.
That's a possibility. As Timbersaw gets removed from the pool, which is indeed a very annoying hero up against TA. And it will be Tinker. Oh, Nature's Prophet, Tinker. It's a very cheesy lineup from my point of view. But it can definitely work out. The only doubt is like they have this. All heroes need this ramp up time. And I'm wondering if Nyx Assassin and Rubik are enough for that. And especially since the previous game that Empire just played, they ran an aggressive trail lane with a Darkseer on the safe lane. And a Shadow Demon Jakiro Gyrocopter. It's a pretty strong aggressive trail lane.
It is, honestly. It can deal a lot of damage. I'm kind of concerned about this Tinker pick, actually. I feel that Tinker is a hero that... I don't want to say it's not his time per se, but he's very difficult to make work because of just how much farm he has to suck up to be useful. He's very, very, very expensive, and of course he has that critical ramp-up period that you mentioned, pre-Boots of Travel. It's just so difficult to actually make anything work with this guy. And I think this Night Stalker pick is actually really cool. I like it more than the TA, because it means that during that, like, Tinker's not going to get his Boots of Travel before 6 minutes, right? So from that 6 to 12 minute mark, that first night, Empire could actually just win the game on the back of this Night Stalker. Like, people who haven't been watching Dota that long might not actually be that familiar with this hero, but if you think back to, like, Game 4 of the TI3 Grand Finals, you can just see just how much a Night Stalker can tear apart sort of a later mid-game lineup like the one EvoPlay is running here. It's a really good pick.
Yeah, and he used to always get picked up as a counter towards the anti-mage, purely because of that silence, because at 6 minutes, as you say...
Lasts a million years,
yeah. You don't really... Like, it's at 6 minute mark, anti-mage is not really that big just yet, and Night Stalker, he is going to be able to wreck that anti-mage. Of course, it does have a big downside to it, because if that first night is not going to be successful...
Yeah.
Well, then Empire is kind of screwed.
Then they have a solo core lineup built around a gyrocopter, which is, it's not unwinnable, but you definitely start to get really scared of the fact that Evo is going to have 2 scythes, one of which is rearmable via the Tinker, and yeah, definitely. I think if Empire let this go too long, they'll be in pretty deep, not unwinnably deep, but deep. That said, I don't know, I think the Night Stalker pick is great, and you said that they're going to try to play aggressive. Night Stalker... one of the most aggressive choices they could have come out with.
Yep.
For Evo, it's going to be a matter of how do we use our limited resources, basically Rubik and Nyx Assassin, to protect Tinker and make sure that Tinker gets his Boots of Travel and his next item pretty quickly. So a lot is going to rest on these supports. And in the last game, I feel like the supports were good, but not incredibly good. And they're going to have to be really good this game.
We'll see if they will be that, of course. Let's introduce who's playing what. We have Lolik playing the Tinker for this game. Everybody going bottom so far, but I'm expecting Tinker to be roaming towards the mid lane soon. We have Akela, the carry, playing the anti-mage for this game, of course, on the Morphling for the previous game. Dr. Screw will play the Nyx Assassin, and that will leave Brock playing the Rubik. And of course, last but not least, it is the Nature's Prophet, played by Fake Own, and he'll be on the jungle / offlane. Well, considering it is an aggressive trial, and he might as well try to run up against that Darkseer for a while.
He definitely will, yeah, I think. And he's been pooled a little bit. It's very interesting to me that they've chosen to pool everybody except Tinker. So, because Night Stalker can't really put any pressure on him before first night, they feel okay not pooling this Tinker. It'll take them a little while to get anything like Bottle or Soul Ring, but that's okay. Looking up towards Team Empire, Mag will be going up on the... so it is going to be a offlane Darkseer, but they're probably going to try to sneak a First Blood, because you actually see Frequency, their stand-in, on Jakiro, and Vanscore on Shadow Demon hiding in the trees, and they weren't spotted. So we gotta watch for the First Blood here. Then in the middle, Scandal up on the Night Stalker, a hero we don't get to see that often. This is one of my favorite heroes, so I really like to see this and see if it pulls it off. And then Silent. He did play carry, I believe, when he was on Quantic, and here we see him on the one role as Gyrocopter.
Yeah, it turned into be one of his signature heroes. Empire already ate a tree, so they the supports at least, so they are indeed in place. And normally you expect Mag to be by himself. I mean, he is an offlaner, so It's fairly natural to see him by himself like this, so they don't have any idea. The only downside is that these Treants from Evo are actually scouting out that there are no supports to be found around Silent. So where are those alarm bells, and will they start ringing?
Here they go. They're gonna go for
Looks for the disruption. He can't find it. There we go. In for the dual breath. No ice breath there, just iron shell and dual breath. Is it gonna be enough? And then Pale tries to help out. We still have Siberia alive for now, and it looks like he is gonna survive just like Brock. But the iron shell's there. It does make for this aggressive trial, and everybody on the side of Evo needs to use their regen already. And actually, Nyx doesn't have any because he pulled so many people.
Yeah, I guess in the question of was this worth it, you have to say it probably was, because they didn't get first blood, but they wasted a tremendous amount of health regen. In fact, the health regen for the trial in Evo is now down to healing salve.
Only
they have
one
no
salve.
other regen. Yeah. Whereas Frequency still has Tango's salve, Mag has Tango's one Tango, 2 salves. Yeah, I mean, Empire have really... The only issue is the Darkseer isn't going to get levels, but otherwise this has gone pretty well so far.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, do they want levels on
Scandal,
Mag, or
wow,
are they just...
he's dead. He's
Whoa,
dead.
whoa. That
Level
should
2
not happen.
uses-
In theory, that never should happen. Nightstalker dying next to his tower, rockets hitting from Lolik.
He went a very
Lasers. In the
early
meantime, on the bottom lane, action going on as well. Impale up onto Brock, trying to run for it. Won't be able to do so. Nope. Mag with his iron shells able to take him down. That's gonna be the kill that I was gonna see as first blood, but a bit of a mistake by Scandal in the mid lane on his Darkseer.
On his Nightstalker?
Nightstalker.
Yeah, I mean, look at his inventory. He basically just has nothing. The Stout Shield isn't really helping, and Tinker is just spamming laser and bottling and controlling runes. So it is a pretty tough lane at this point for NS, especially now that he's died once. Not the most item-dependent hero in the world, but he's gonna be really hurt by the fact that he had to walk back to the lane. Like, he didn't even TP.
Yeah. Luckily for him, he still had his bottle. And that's kind of a bit of a comfort for him, as we have got Vanscore and Frequency maybe trying to roam around a little bit. I mean, they need to maybe make something happen to help that Nightstalker out. And Tinker is a fairly easily gankable hero.
They need to get the gank off. I agree with you completely.
In the meantime, Silent is doing okay on the top lane. 14 for 8 up against Faco, and was 4 for 3. Let's see if this gank is going to work out well.
Yeah. Either way, they don't need to really be in the... Haste Rune.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done. It's good that he held it, too. Because he knew, like, I mean, we knew, so he knew, probably, that it's likely that the rotation is going to come. They're going to try to gank me, so I'll hold the haste rune until I need it. And the thing is, there's no real great place for Vanscore and Frequency to be right now. Mag doesn't really need them, because they already sort of secured enough of an advantage that it's a pretty safe lane for Darkseer. They could try for more kills, which maybe they can get, but mid is going to know whenever they're coming, basically. Here they go.
Yeah, let's
Probably
see.
get
Oh,
this.
Nyx Assassin, and he does a Spike Carapace though. Gets disrupted before he can throw out the stun. In comes an Ice Path as well. No Spike Carapace just yet. In comes an Impale, only up on Frequency though, and he actually just dies.
Yeah,
Spike
he did
Carapace still
Carapace,
used,
but it's only level 1,
Yeah.
0.6 seconds. It's not enough. Silent dives way too hard. He probably dies here to Lolik. This was a serious mistake. This is the Silent patented Weaver dive, except he's not on Weaver, and there's no tree and protector, so
That kind of screws him over.
those are factors that you need if you're going to dive past the tier 2 to kill Nature's Prophet.
And you did say, like, he normally doesn't get his boot to travel before 6 minutes. No, he won't get it before 6 minutes, but if this goes on, I mean, he's already got 2 kills. He's doing fairly okay for himself. His last hitting wise, he's 15 to 4 with Scandal sitting on 14 to 6, so it's still fairly even in that regard. But 2 kills.
He got a little
definitely
time
help
when
out.
Tinker left.
Yeah. Look at the by the way, the movement on the bottom lane. Evo, they had to walk everybody off the tri lane back to base to get their health back up. Those
Not
iron
good.
shells, just way too painful.
Yeah, Ion Shell is like is really strong against anti-mage. Honestly, like he can't really get that many ranks of spell shield that early. So you just put it up, put 2 up. That's what Mag did right from the beginning. And normally that's not safe. So actually, like that's the whole point of this early like tri lane down here. Normally your Darkseer would never take Ion Shell first and put 2 Ion Shells, because where's your mana, where's your ability to surge away? You just get destroyed. But he knew it would be safe because he had the backup of the supports, which let him waste a lot of anti-mage's regen before the first blood attempt even happened.
Absolutely right. Anti-Mage also, by the way, had to buy his own TP scroll, which is, you know, it's not that big of a deal in theory, but he is kind of harassed, so he's not really free farming and therefore delaying the game. I think Empires, of course, I mean, that's their whole goal, so I would say mission accomplished. However, with the Night Stalker not really doing as well, how long do they need to delay the game? In the meantime, we have got initiation on both sides. Yeah, we have a dive again on the top lane. And nobody is actually, like, it's very interesting to see, like, who should I follow? But it is Tinker that will just try to stack Ancients. It is a Disruption that's on the Anti-Mage who should be able to blink away. But the Ice Path is there as well to Dual Breath, but the blink is there. Telekinesis, Mag, jump back to the trees. Still Gyrocopter also in the dive, by the way, sitting behind the tier 2 tower. Behind the tier 2 tower right now, and he goes for Fakeon. Silent. What's he doing? Lolik TPing in. This could be Silent dying again. You don't have time-lapse, Silent. You are not a Weaver. I don't know if that's worth it. Oh, Night Stalker with the double damage rune. Perhaps he can make it worth it if he kills off the Gyrocopter or the Tinker when he comes back.
I gotta say, you know, we say that was a big dive from Silent, and it was, but here's the thing: if they can prevent all 3 cores from farming until first night, which is more or less what they did, it's okay. Like your Gyrocopter is not gonna get to Rapier or MKB or whatever this game, right? They're gonna want to win around his BKB timing. So as long as they keep Nature's Prophet low level so he can't split push, Anti-Mage off, and keep Tinker off Boots of Travel, at least for now, it's okay to you know, spend a lot of Silent's time doing that, as long as he succeeds in the goal of preventing this top lane from being useful for Evo.
Hey, in that case you are absolutely right. I mean, in the meantime, when that happened on the top lane, also Anti-Mage was once again forced back to base and is now sitting behind his tier 2 tower waiting for creeps to come in and hopefully for a chance for him to continue farming again. Yeah, Silent is gonna get smoke ganked. He is having the cooldown again.
And it's only level 2 Nyx and 2 Rubik. Those are short disables.
Yeah, let's see how far he can get. TPs come in and the Impale. He's not dead just yet. He will live, and look at those TPs. It's not just Vanskor. Vanskor is finding someone though. Soulcatcher there as well. Rubik, I think you're dead. There you go. Rocket still fly, doing a lot of damage on Vanskor as well as on Silent. TP out from Fakeon, and it looks like this Nyx Assassin is running for its life. Will find himself a Jakiro. An Ice Path there as well. Spike Carapace still hits, but that doesn't matter. Scandal should be able to get this kill fairly easy. Actually, Jakiro takes
pretty important kill for Scandal to participate in. If he wants Urn, he can probably have Urn. Yeah.
He does get it. I mean, this is his moment. He needs to get kills. This is first nighttime. He needs to get kills, get ahead. He needs to also get level 8 in this first nighttime, because otherwise he cannot extend the night. So his ganks have to be successful, otherwise it is pretty... Well, the game is going to be a lot longer than maybe they anticipated.
Yeah, I honestly think Empire are doing quite well. I like the Urn's going to help a lot for the sort of sustainability and continued ganking. He takes BROK off the lane. They get the top tier 1. I think this is more or less going according to plan for Empire. The only thing is Scandal's laning could have been like less painful, but even so, I think they're doing alright.
Well, see, Night Stalker has been standing around for quite a while, not able to do anything. He has an Infest rune, he wants to make something happen. He's calling in the reinforcements, so from behind also comes the Jakiro, and from the side we have, of course, got Silence still on the top lane. And these are 2 supports that, like you pointed out, are both level 3, fairly squishy. Are they gonna go for it? The Urn is there, they wanted to wait for it, and then they move back.
It's just a really rough spot to actually do this. It's tough. He can Ice Path, maybe? Yeah.
Can they actually kill someone from the high ground?
No, maybe, I guess.
Nice try. Telekinesis. Oh, I actually thought they were going to drop him down to the low ground. That might have been resulting into a kill. Especially since Lolik was around there as well. Oh well. Disruption meets him on the bottom lane. This is just a Shadow Demon trying to harass the Anti-Mage, but he might get harassed himself. In comes also Fakeon. The Sprout is there. Vanskor, you're in way over your head. You're dead.
Nobody is there besides Shadow Demon. He's solo trying to... I like it. It's very Empire-ish.
Yeah.
The strategy that they're pursuing of aggression all over the map, no matter who is doing the aggressing and who is the aggressee. I like it.
Level 4 Shadow Demon at a tier 2 of the enemy lines.
Yeah, exactly. Come at me. And they're like, okay, we will. We just saw the rest of your team across the map. Yeah. Drum's almost up for Silent. I like this efficient approach of just taking the good, efficient items.
Look at how badly they want this tower.
Tier 1 mid's really important to create space for that.
Telekinesis, Jakiro.
Wow.
Ice Path, nicely done. Brock is still locked in. Scandal is gonna look for kill. We'll be finding it. Boom, you're dead. March of the Machines will force them back. Delta split, it's all good.
It's probably phase for Night Stalker, I think, now. It's the next item. Yeah, this is good. If they get this tier 1 mid, this is the big thing. Clearing the tier 1 mid is the last tier 1. you constrict a team with 3 primary farmers to less than their side of the map to farm on, that's part of the solution.
I was gonna say, like, Lolik is the only one that's got some decent farm, but they kill him now as well. Shadow Demon with the kill. And yeah, I mean, look at the net worth, or sorry, the gold graph rather. It's 5k in favor of Empire. They've got 2 towers, 3 kills in favor of them, and it's going fairly well. Of course, I mean, it can't go on forever. They know that they are on a schedule.
It can, kinda.
You know? Yeah, but they have got kind of a tight schedule, I think, in terms of not allowing the game to go too long, depending on how much pressure they can continue to apply, obviously.
Right. For sure, they need to keep the pressure valve on, but here's the thing, like, these cores, none of them are going to be able to contradict this pressure for a really long time. Tinker will get travels pretty soon, but again, I mentioned earlier, I felt that it really rested on whether Evo's supports would have a really good early game. They didn't. I mean, their net worths are nothing. Nyx Assassin, if you look at his inventory...
It's kind of sad. He's got 145 net worth. He's got a TP scroll.
Yeah, he's got a scroll. And Rubik has, I mean, not to be outdone, Rubik has a scroll, a branch, and a smoke of deceit.
Sentry wards! He's so rich.
But this is a serious problem, that these supports are not able to provide any screening or ganking effect to stop the pressure from going on their cores. Basically, they'll just be happy that it's daytime, frankly, because that at least means that Night Stalker isn't as big of a deal. Yeah. But I just feel that Empire went super early aggression, and Evo's lineup is pretty, like, late mid-game split push, and the question is, can they even get there?
I have to point out, though, I mean, I was saying earlier that I was expecting Scandal to go for his Darkness at level 8. He actually skipped it.
Yeah.
And we don't see that often. Normally, level 8, level 7, you get yourself your Darkness just so you can extend that first nighttime.
Yeah, I don't know about, like, the earliest, in my opinion, you can take it usually is 8, just because you really want to max that Void. It's such good damage, especially when you're feasting on, like, you have level 4 supports that you're chasing, right? An extra rank of Void means that you go from, like, doing a quarter of their HP with 1 Void to, like, a third, and that's a big deal. So I like his approach here. I like the extra Hunter in the night, and of course now he can take Darkness at like 9, 10, 9, 11.
Yeah, and they'll also take the Roshan. For free. There's nothing really Evo can do, though. They have got the boost of travel on Tinker.
Yeah, but this is what Empire did. This is actually really smart from Empire. You can tell they practiced the strategy. By the beginning of the second day, they cleared the 3 towers that Evo could contest Rosh from. The tier 1 bot, the tier 2 bot, and the tier 1 mid. After that, Evo is completely cannot possibly contest Rosh. So it doesn't matter whether it's day or night, you get the free Rosh on afterwards.
Yeah, only 2 outer towers left standing on the side of Evo, where, well, the gold graph is now dropping towards the 10k in favor of Empire, which is pretty troublesome. But we'll see how much Lolik can do, actually, because, I mean, with his boots of travel, he is the first one that can start making a difference. Anti-Mage not there yet. Oh, we might have Vansquare in some trouble again. He's once again by himself. He is trying to go for the Nature's Prophet. He might actually get him. Nature's... Oh, yeah, they go down, both of them. Of course, Vansquare was going to go down, we knew that, but he also takes down the Nature's Prophet. It's nicely done.
Perfectly fine trade, yeah. And it distracted so many... all 3 cores were there, killing the Shadow Demon. And in exchange, Empire put some pressure on the tier 2. Just really well played, crisply played from them. It's, usually you expect a team coming off like a really, really long, hard series to sort of just play a little more sloppy or like impatient. But even though they have a hyper-aggressive strategy, it's just really crisp and patiently played.
It was working out good. 2100 gold up for Scandal's Night Stalker, as there's now a Shadow Blade up on the Gyrocopter, who of course still has that Aegis. And they are on the hunt. They're not going to be able to find Anti-Mage because he teleports back to base. This Anti-Mage, by the way,
yeah, he's going straight Manta.
Yeah. And he's also only got 54 last hits. Of course, he's had a tough lane, fair enough. But no Battle Fury, because he knows that it's not going to be that long of a game. He has to get something now. He has to be able to fight now.
I can't really fault him for this, frankly. There's also not enough room on the map for him to farm with Battle Fury, and for Tinker to farm, and for Nature's Prophet to farm. There simply isn't. So he is consciously sacrificing future farm, knowing that Tinker and Nature's Prophet are going to push the lanes past where he can safely Battle Fury farm them, which only leaves the jungle, which is not safe because Empire kind of rule it. So it's smart of him. It's just the kind of decision you always hate making, even when it's the right decision.
Yeah, unfortunately. If you play an anti-mage, you force him into this. Oh well. Guess you'll deal with it. He's actually doing okay-ish now. Oh, actually, he was doing okay-ish. I say that because Scandal
I
with
don't
an
know if it's
Invis rune is
Scandal.
on the top lane. Hello. He's got his
It's
darkness at
weird.
level 9, like you said. He's got
Oh.
his avoid. I'm not sure if he can actually kill him off. Well, there's only level
It's
difference.
tricky because he has to use darkness to get the 5-second silence versus 3 seconds. But if he uses darkness, there's a chance. Oh, no, he got it.
He got it. And in comes the TP, but the disruption could be there. Boom. There we go. He can try to blink away afterwards, and he is doing that, but the Demonic Purge was still there, and that's still going to be a kill. Going the way of Vanscore, and Anti-Mage once again shut
Big
down.
kill. Actually held him off his Yasha for a while, too.
Yeah. It was actually, he had it. Oh,
Check out Scandal's item build, Blade Mail. It's kind of cool. It's anti-Tinker tech, because Tinker's going to be trying to turtle with like 5 March of the Machine stacks, and you're just going to walk into him with Blade Mail on.
Yeah, and he's not the only one, because Mag has one as well, and we see Frequency
Jakira's
already
building one.
with the broadsword.
Yes!
I have seen this before, I'm not sure if it was Empire, but it worked like a charm. Everybody walked into the March of the Machines, Tinker dies, and if he is indeed the only one that is, you know, ready to fight, because, like, for sure, Anti-Mage and H Prophet aren't, then you kill him, or he kills himself, rather.
Nature's Prophet Ultimate can trigger Blade Mail as well, which probably kills Nature's Prophet, because, yeah, so advanced score, 4 people are making or have Blade Mails.
Yeah, I think you can make that. Yeah, Vanscore also indeed. Who is not making it then?
Everybody except Scan is Silent.
Oh, yeah.
Silent.
He wants to not be cool. Oh, we have got a bit of a problem though. Silent is telekinesis. He wants to go for the Nature's Prophet. Disruption is going to be there. It should be a kill. Jakiro gets it.
This is very close to checkmate. This is one of those patented Empire.
Yep.
It's really good.
I'm
like
looking
watching.
forward to the moment where all the blade mails are there. It's just so funny. We look at, I'm not gonna see the blade mails. I'm gonna look at the Tinker, and he's just. I've seen it once where he was walking back to base from putting down his March of the Machines at a tier 3 tower, and he didn't make it to the fountain.
Didn't someone do that in the tier 3 prelims? I feel like.
I don't know. Not the one that I casted.
All right.
Not the one that I casted.
Regardless,
Oh,
here we go.
Silence is there. Silent is there. And that's gonna be flak cannons killing him off. There we go. Mag's still taking a lot of damage though. He has to be careful there, but we'll be able to.
That was Blade Mail.
Yeah.
He killed Tinker with that.
Ah!
The Blade Mails have begun. Scandal and Mag walked into the March of the Machines with Blade Mail on, and Tinker just melted. It's pure damage too. That's crazy. Blade Mail's so good. This is honestly, this like, no joke. Even though this seems gimmicky, this is part of why it's really like Tinker is a really hard hero to play now, because Blade Mail is cheap. It has a really low cooldown. Like, they buffed the cooldown to insanity. It's every 4.5 seconds. Sorry, 4.5 seconds out of every 17. So more than a quarter of the time, people are returning pure damage. How do you deal with that as Tinker? Like, you can only sort of rush BKB, but then, you know, you're not getting Scythe of Vice, etc., etc. It like, really is an item change that, regardless of its intention, like, really hurt Tinker as a hero, in my opinion.
You have to have a strong early game for it or something like that.
But it's so hard with Tinker.
Yeah.
Like you almost have to give him safe lane. Like that's what Kaipi is doing. Like they're playing around with these intelligence carries on the safe lane, like Tinker and Storm, to dodge the weakness of those heroes.
Well, Lolik, nothing new yet on the horizon on his inventory. So I'm kind of waiting for something to, I don't know, to fix his issue, because he has an issue. His team has an issue, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean it's really just BKB or nothing, kind of, but you really don't.
Oh, here comes 2 March of the Machines. Let's see if they're gonna walk in. In comes the Blade Mails. Tinker, look at his HPs. Let's see if actually.
It's only 1 March, is the thing.
I thought he was gonna do his second one, but
Oh,
this will
God.
actually work as well. Cooldown will kill him off. That will work. Nyx Assassin, still nice by Carapace, but down goes the Anti-Mage and also the Rubik and the Nyx Assassin. And the only one, I mean, the Mana Void was still there to kill off Vanscore, so Anti-Mage actually got himself a kill, which is awesome, you know, grats.
It is awesome.
But
he's got Yasha.
He's got a Yasha. Yeah, look at that.
That's about it.
That's about it. So he is kind of sad still, but at least, I mean, he got a kill. And he also got a buyback out of the Shadow Demon that just says the state of this game, where Vanscore, the only one of the ones that actually wants to have a Blade Mill, does not have a Blade Mill yet, buys back because he wants to
Oh
be
yeah, because he's
in
been
the
dying
fun.
quite a bit. Yeah, it's okay. He'll get his Blade Mail eventually. I have faith.
He's actually hard.
Interesting to see what Silent makes next. He's got 4.1k.
True. BKB if he wants to, but Blade Mill would be cool.
Who cares about BKB?
Yeah.
Who wants to take less damage? I want to take more damage so I can Blade Mail it back.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a plan.
In fact,
Mask of-
speaking of which, Mask of Madness, he can just afford Mom Blade Mail.
March to the Machines. It's only 1 wave though. Oh, but it doesn't matter, or does it, Lolik? Yep, there we go. It's a
This
Tinker
is
dead.
so cruel. It's
Everybody
such
walked
a
through it.
not nice way to play Dota right now.
You know, it's cruel because you know that Lolik is having a tough game because of it, and he's not having fun. But I'm sitting here with a smile on my face, and it's, you know, it's kind of schadenfreude for.
It's getting pleasure from his misery. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, Empire, I mean, they still night. They have still have a lot of night time, so they can definitely high ground here. Nice Wrath of Nature. They didn't. It's really hard to time blade mail for Wrath of Nature.
Let's see, though. I mean, they have got now the map control. The question is, can they make it to go high ground?
Yeah. I mean, they can just continue barreling down the door, and like, what do you do as Evo, right?
It's gonna be hard for Silent, by the way.
Okay.
Which is kind of lame,
We
actually.
have the stats on Heart Gyrocopter, but that's kind of neat. Mag maybe going hard as well with the Vit booster. I was thinking about the Vit booster earlier. I thought maybe Atos, but Heart works too.
Can work. More, yeah.
Bloodstone.
Everybody going for the same build. Fun.
Yeah,
Actually,
hard for everyone.
I actually was kind of hoping, like, secretly, oh my god, he's going for a Rapier. But no, that's like slightly too
so
awkward.
Silly.
Yeah. No,
Let's potentially give the game away.
Well, that's gonna be tier 3 down. At this moment, Evo just cannot fight back. They know it too, so they're just trying to spam a little bit what they can. Nice Ice Bath! Coming up from the Rubik, up on 4. Shame that they can't really have a, you know, follow up. Nice Rockets. Frequency.
Have you noticed how Lolik is no longer March the Machine thing?
Yep.
Trash ability, do not cast.
Rockets work better. In comes the
Rockets
disruption.
do
Ice
work
Bath to follow up. Cooldown as well. Up on a kill on the Anti-Mage. Blinks himself away. We'll be able to be living another day for now. Though they go for the next assassin. In comes the March of the Machines and the Blade Mills. Tinker, you are standing in the base and might actually live because of that. In the meantime, Night Stalker does go down, but buys back. Frequency TP's out. Will be staying alive. But the Nyx and the Shadow, or Nyx and the Rubik rather, went down. So this is going to be melee ranks. Tinker actually lived for this one. It's like, okay, I'm gonna cast. Ooh, actually, this might be turning into a Gil Rocket Barrage. A lot of rockets coming out from this Tinker now all of a sudden. Forced back fan scores.
The problem is the Heart is gonna regen everything for Silent.
Oh, lol, like you're dead anyway. Scandal able to pick him up. Goes for the Rex next. Melee Rex down. Nice.
Heart is an amazing.
Oh,
like,
vacuum inside the wall. They go for the Rubik first. Rubik already died. That's a double kill going the way of Scandal. Now Ranged Rex next. I mean, everybody can just hang around here. They do have a mechanism also up on Mag. Allows them to stick around for even longer. And they go for Faco. And they don't have detection though. He has a Shadow Blade right now.
That's true, they don't have detection, but if they want it, they can just have a gem delivered to Night Stalker at this point. But they don't need it. Like, Nature's Prophet is not dangerous enough for them to bother chasing him down. And like, Silent never has to leave ever again because of this Heart of Tarrasque regen. Like, sure, Heart of Tarrasque Gyro, it's kind of a joke, but in this case, where you don't want to leave because it'll keep all these teleporting people stuck in the base with you, it's actually a really smart pickup.
Yeah. Let's see, Blade Mills turned on. Tinker trying to make it to the base, but he can't. That's so sad.
Get over this.
Faco trying to run. Has a Shadow Blade, still no detection though, so that's going to be his luck. But I don't know how much luck he can have. I mean, his tier 3s are under attack. There's really not that much that he can do. We have Anti-Mage sitting still on the side of the base, still not having more next to the Yasha, and of course the Treads. Smiley faces being exchanged.
At least Lolik isn't, yeah, he's not too bitter about this. It does suck though. Tinker was 4-1. And now he's 4-6, and it's solely because of this Blade Mail strat.
Yeah, and all these players, of course, know each other. I mean, Lolik has stood in fire before. Brock, silenced up, killed off, 1 hit, boom. Dominating Scandal right now.
The amazing thing about a team full of people with Blade Mail is like, who do you attack, right? No matter what, you're just gonna get counter-destroyed.
Oh, Disruption, Soul Catcher. In comes the next assassin with a Vendetta. Looks for a target, actually finds Scandal.
It's your bad Blade Mail!
Well, that's gonna be everybody dead again. Oh, Mana Void still cleans out Venscore. Again, nice Ice Bath up on the Anti-Mage, and the mechanism will keep everybody up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a GG call, but maybe... no, there we go. GG call is done. Venscore, the one that has half of the kills of Evo still. He has died 4 times with 8 kills on the side of Evo, but I think it's a worthy sacrifice. They didn't have to play up against an Anti-Mage or a Nature's Prophet or Tinker in a 15-minute game or longer. And I think they're very happy with that. I think mission accomplished.
Mission absolutely accomplished. Blade Mail, please nerf. Or Tinker, please buff somehow to not die to Blade Mill instantly. It just counters him so hard. Like, very few heroes are countered by an item as hard as Tinker's countered by that item.
Yeah. That means that Empire, of course, will make it through. It is a best of one single elimination bracket, so that means that Empire will be facing Menace tomorrow in the semifinals. Of course, I'm talking about semifinals for the EMS Cup 1. You are watching the EMS 1 Fall 2013. This is the first cup of 4 to follow to determine who can play in the group stages and then who can, of course, play in the LAN finals in Poland or Germany, apparently. But yeah, any last words, Vickerman? Shoutouts, plugins.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm still lagging. I've been lagging all day.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Shiver. Thanks to both StarLadder and EMS for the tournaments today. We had some really good games. Actually really good games today, especially the first one.
Yeah.
People who are just joining us this evening should definitely check out the VOD on your channel
It's
of
already up.
Duza versus CDCD. Yeah.
So that's youtube.com/ShiverGaming. It's live. You can see it. It's actually sitting with the thumbnail. It says must watch. So it
is a must watch. That game's excellent.
Yeah.
Teams that people don't really know that well, but you know, maybe soon will. Especially the Duza team that people really aren't familiar with, but had a good performance today. And yeah, thanks to you, and thanks to all the viewers, of course, both in game and on Twitch. I know there's still some Twitch delay server issues and stuff like that, but thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for watching, and oh yeah, and people can check me out VYKROMOND. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.com, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so make sure to follow, like, subscribe, etc. on Vickerman's channels. And also mine, Shiver Gaming is for me. Same story, same links, / and everything. You know the drill. And of course, indeed, shout out to EMS. Of course, tomorrow we'll continue with StarLadder first. It's starting off at 1700 CEST time. We have 3 games for StarLadder tomorrow. Starting off with 4FC versus Poseidon, then Menace versus CDCD, and then Aspera versus Virtus Pro, which is definitely a must-watch game tomorrow at 1900. But 1700 it will start. So that was it. Stick around if you want to watch some commercials. Other than that, have a great night. And of course, shout out to Vickerman as well for co-casting with me. It was a pleasure once again. And we'll be back another day.